Hey guys, today we have a brand new Minimates review. Today we have the Marvel Minimates San Diego Comic-Con 2015 Ant-Man box set. So, I recently got my hands on the rest of the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives from 2015. And I'm excited. I've been super hyped for this box set in particular. And Luke's Toy Store, the place where I get all my Minimates from, just recently finally got these. So I got them in the mail, and I was excited because this was the one I wanted the most. Now, Ant-Man was a really fun movie, and I'm just glad for them to have Minimates. We've got the shrinking Ant-Man, the shrinking Yellow Jacket, and what they've done is they have the helmet piece, but then translucent bodies, where they actually have painted on, like, the torso of Ant-Man shrinking down to sort of emulate him just getting smaller, which is really cool, and the same for Yellow Jacket. Then we've also got Antthony, who is Ant-Man's, like, personal flying ant, and Scott Lang, just a civilian Ant-Man. So super fun. Packaging-wise, Ant-Man, Marvel, Minimates, shrinking Ant-Man, shrinking Yellow Jacket. We've got Ant-Man up on the top, 4-pack, San Diego Comic-Con International exclusive, and it's part of the Avengers initiative, because Ant-Man is going to be in Civil War, apparently, which is exciting. Then on the side, we have the shrinking Ant-Man, the shrinking Yellow Jacket, Antthony, and Scott Lang. And just Ant-Man. It's weird they didn't put the Minimates on the back. They typically will do that, but it's just a picture of Ant-Man. Not sure why. Marvel Ant-Man. And it includes micromates of Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket. So if you remember way back, Puppet Master had, like, Minimate puppets. These are just those. You'll see in a couple minutes. Anyway, super excited. Let's begin. Armed with the astonishing ability to shrink in scale but increase in strength, Master Thief Scott Lang must embrace his inner hero and help his mentor, Dr. Hank Pym, protect the secret behind his spectacular Ant-Man suit from a new generation of towering threats, including the villain Yellow Jacket. With the help of a winged ant Antthony, Pym and Lang must plan and pull off a heist that will save the world. First up, we have Shrinking Ant-Man. So, here we have the hero of the movie, Ant-Man. And this is an amazing figure, I'm going to be honest. Like, 1, I think the costume is really cool in the movie. 2, I'm a sucker for translucent Minimates. And 3, this figure has a really cool gimmick. And that's something that really needs to happen more often. So, as you can tell, Ant-Man. But the gimmick is that he's shrinking. So, instead of being, like, fully painted, he's actually mostly translucent. Like, if you look at him, his arms, his helmet, his torso, and his belt are the only things painted. And the belt is only semi-painted. Ooh. So let's get started. Now, we won't be able to talk much about the costume because since it's mostly translucent, but we'll get to that in a minute. So most of the details comes from his torso, which has this awesome effect that actually has control art of Ant-Man's, like, torso and head. And then again, but smaller. So he's, like, shrinking down. So you have the big head, and then the small head, and then the smallest head. So he's, like, getting tiny. Very nice. And then no painting on his legs. Though I have noticed, on mine at least, I don't know if this is, like, a big problem with every single one, but, like, his feet are really, really loose. Here's a better look at his belt. It's got red paint on it. And then again, translucent. He does have some fairly decent shoulder painting though, but that's actually it on his arms. And then obviously we have the new helmet, which is a new piece. And I think this is a great looking piece. So here's the eyes. Sort of red detailing up here. Some more red paint. Back of it has detailing, which is really cool. So on mine, there seems to be a little scratch on the top area. So that is disappointing, but that is just a problem with mine. So I'm not too worried, because the figure's still really nice. And just really good detailing overall. I mean, like, this thing is crazy cool. I mean, look, you can see my hand. Anyway, articulation-wise, shrinking Ant-Man can do everything, since he's vanilla entirely. So, accessory-wise, Ant-Man has some really cool stuff. First off, he has a display stand, but it's not the normal kind. It's a penny. That's right. He comes with a penny for a display stand. And it has Abe Lincoln on it. And it says Liberty, 1962, In God We Trust. Just like a real penny. So, really nice attention to detail, guys. Like, that is insane. And he can double this as a weapon or as his stand. Because it'll fit into his hands. So he can throw it as a disc. Though, of course, you can always just stand in it. Very cool. Then, it was nice of them to include an alternate torso. And the torso is just the little Ant-Man suit, so you actually can have some more paint detailing. And here's a better look at the torso. Just a neat little harness thing. Honestly, I think I prefer this look to the other one. Mostly because I appreciate seeing more of the suit. Though, I will say, the other torso is fantastic. Just very nice. And he comes with an alternate hairpiece. But you may be asking, why is it gray? That's not Scott Lang in there. It's Hank Pym. So, spoiler alert, Hank Pym is also the Ant-Man. Now, there's a couple scenes in the movie that actually has Pym younger in the Ant-Man suit, as well as the opening of the film, we see a young Hank Pym. And it's really nice. I dig this look a lot. And what I actually did is I actually built another body to put the head on. Now, this isn't accurate to the movie or anything. He wore just a normal suit, but I wanted to give him like a lab coat kind of thing. So, But yeah, you just get Hank Pym. Very cool. I'm really glad they threw that in, because they could have just made it Scott Lang, but they made it Hank Pym. And the face is pretty good too. I like it. With the great detailing and Hank Pym head underneath, Shrinking Ant-Man is a fantastic figure. Next up we have Shrinking Yellow Jacket. So, here we have Yellow Jacket, another Hank Pym persona. But in the movie, it's a suit being developed by Hank Pym's student, and he wants to sell it off as military weaponry because business is bad. So, he's got this excellent torso, which shows his head, and then his head, and then his head again, as he's getting smaller. Cool. And then, basically the rest is just a translucent body. Very nice legs. I mean, they're just blank. Same arm treatment as before. Just a little bit of detailing, and then blank. Same on this side. Very nice. But on Yellow Jacket, he has a giant set of... In the movie, they were like stingers slash like wings he could sort of fly with. So we'll look at it. It's just like a simple wraparound harness. Very nice. It's all one solid piece except for these little bits. In the packaging, this one got warped of these like wings. So I've been trying to fix it. And then I had dropped Yellow Jacket onto like, I think my couch or something. And this wing just popped off. So they're glued on, and I know I can fix it. I just have to like get it back in with something really good. And it doesn't fall out or anything, but be careful, especially with these two bits, because they will fall out. So Just remember that. And then we have the helmet. So you can see the eyes, kind of. I mean, they're supposed to be like eyes. Just a really cool mask. And then you can take it off to reveal Yellow Jacket. So here we have Yellow Jacket's head, and it is Darren Cross, played by Corey Stoll, who, like I said before, is supposed to be Hank Pym's protege in the movie. I know there's actually a supervillain with the name Darren Cross, but I forget the name of it. But he's not Yellow Jacket. And the face is pretty decent. He's bald in the movie, so ears are painted on. Angry face, a lot of stubble. And he's angry. So, yeah, it's neat. Glad they included the head. Articulation-wise, shrinking Yellow Jacket can do basically everything. Nothing really prohibiting, which is nice. And like Ant-Man, comes with a display stand, but it's a bottle cap of Pingo Doce. Pingo Dose? Pingo... I'm not really sure. To be honest, this isn't even like a real brand. I had to do some research, and I found out it's actually a fictional, like, soft drink company that appeared in the Incredible Hulk movie back in 2008. And there's a couple posters for it in AntMan. So, really nice throwback, DST. Very nice. And then, obviously, you can just stand on it, or lose his foot. Yeah, his feet's loose just like my Ant-Man. Don't know why. He can also throw it. Very nice. Then, a flight stand was included. I would assume you would want to give it to him since Yellow Jacket can, fly. Though it's going to be hard to pose since it doesn't really peg in. Like, it just kind of... Yeah. And just like Ant-Man, Yellow Jacket comes with an alternate torso. So, here's Yellow Jacket with his alternate torso. Looks nice. There's even some back detailing you can see through. And as with Ant-Man, I think I like this look a bit more. I just think it's kind of cool having more of his body to show off. Overall, even though his wing broke off, shrinking Yellow Jacket is still an amazingly done figure. Next up we have Antthony. So here we have Antthony, Scott Lang's, flying ant. Now, first, Antthony is going to be very hard to say in this review. So, my bad if I end up saying just Anthony or Antthony. Ant-Man gets a flying ant early on, and Hank Pym is like, "This is your ant," and then Scott Lang's like, "I'm gonna name it Antthony." And that's the story. And I'm surprised they actually made a Minimate of the ant. They could have done, Scott Lang's gang, his crew. They could have done, Falcon or something that appeared in the movie, but no, we get the ant, which is amazing. That is dedication. And this is a great figure. I love this guy. So he's an ant. That's it. And it's going to be kind of weird to review this since it's just mostly brown, but it's an ant. So his head is a reuse of Mothra, actually, from the Godzilla Minimates. So it's just a head and then this little slipcover. Here's the eyes. He's so cute. Look at that. And he's got 6 limbs, count them. His hands are all a reuse of the Brood from the Marvel Comics, which is neat. He's got this little hole in his torso. We'll get to that in a minute. So he's also got translucent wings, which are a reuse of the original Wasp. Also, if I can make a side note, we've only had one Wasp ever. Can we have another one, please? Then he's got an abdomen, or whatever they're called, which is also a reuse of Mothra. So articulation-wise, Antthony can do... Well, he can move all of his limbs and kind of rotate his head, and then his wings can swivel. And that's about it, actually. And Antthony gets one single accessory. A flight stand. So you can do this. Because I think I saw a couple pictures where you can sort of... It's kind of hard to do it. You can take Ant-Man, and you can sort of slide him to sit on top of Antthony. I don't remember how exactly it's done, but it's possible. But I don't think I'll be able to do it. But just know he can sit there. Just, I don't think I can get it. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to do that. Anyway, overall, it's surprising that they actually made Antthony a Minimate. But hey, I'm not going to complain. Last up, we have Scott Lang. So, here we have Scott Lang, the real hero of the movie, who becomes Ant-Man. Yeah. And this is supposed to be Scott in his sort of thieving outfit he uses in one of the scenes of the movie to break into Hank Pym's house. And he steals the Ant-Man suit. And this is what he's wearing. So detail-wise, he's in a dark navy blue jacket. Very simple. I don't think I've actually seen this piece before. But tell me if it's not new, because I don't recognize it. It's got pockets on the side. And you can see it leads into a hoodie. Whoa! Hoodies are cool. And some black on the neck part. He's got some gray jeans on. A little bit of detailing right there. That's about it. Black shoes, gloves. Nothing on the sleeves. Just a very basic civilian. And he's got a beanie on. That is from the Punisher Warzone box set. Looney Bin Jim, I believe it was. Or I think they just called him Jigsaw Thug in the box set. Or something, I don't really remember. But it's nice, and we get a Paul Rudd head. So, it looks a bit like Paul Rudd. It's a fairly decent recreation of his face. He's also got some bandages on. I don't remember if they were stitches or bandages in the movie. But he had them on his face in the beginning, so that's a good touch. So articulation-wise, Scott Lang can do everything. Yeah, everything is available. Then, some pretty simple accessories. Display stand. He also comes with a backpack, which is a reuse of Peter Parker's from the original Amazing Spider-Man. There's a good look at that. It's just black. It can't actually peg anywhere, so it just kind of hangs loosely on Scott. But it's nice that they threw that in. As well as alternate arms and hair. And here's Scott Lang underneath. So you can actually see his torso is just blank black. And he actually wears this as his civilian look when training with Pym and Hope. Not the biggest fan of this hairpiece, though. It's Anders from Battlestar Galactica, I think. So there's an old Minimate line to talk about. The hairpiece is okay. It's just a little too, like, big for me. But it's not terrible. But, you know, I think I honestly prefer him with the jacket and hat on. Because this just feels kind of like a bare-bones civilian. Overall, Scott Lang is okay, but he feels like filler more than anything. So before I wrap up the set, there's actually a couple more little things the set comes with, but I didn't put them with any figure specifically as their own accessories. There is a blast-off stand. that's translucent. It's a reuse of, I think, Blink from, like, the Age of Apocalypse stuff, maybe? I don't really remember properly. I know it was with Kang at one point, but, I mean, there you have it. You can take off feet and put them there. You can do that with either figure. The set also came with, like, rubble pieces, which we saw on one of the Hulks. I think it was Wave 43. Figures can't hold them or anything, so they're just kind of there. But, most importantly, we see the return of the Micro Minimate from Puppet Master from Marvel Minimates Wave 48. So we have two very, I mean, seriously, super tiny Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man figures. Like, crazy. And they don't have, like, anything special on them. You can just see, like, a red torso, silver head, gray torso, gold head. And that's it. So, no real detailing. But, I mean, this is incredible that they actually included these guys. So, just like a sense of scale is really nice. So you can have, like, the shrinking Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket, and then they can be completely shrunk. Like, they're so small, my camera is having a hard time zooming in. Anyway, just nice, great little accessories. I mean, stuff like this, we need more. We need to see more of these Micro Minimates, because I love them. Though, I will say this, if you want to, it's a great idea. Take this stand, and then take both of the Micro Minimates, because they actually, for the most part, can slide in. And then just have them both put in there as best as you can. And then they can just, it'll be like they're fighting. And you don't lose them. So you just do that. And you have your nice little, really hard to see stand of Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket fighting. I think it's fun. Definitely do that. So overall, that was the Marvel Minimates San Diego Comic-Con 2015 Ant-Man movie box set. Wow. This was a really fantastic set. Like, 3 amazing figures and 1 dud of a figure. I mean, that's a really good ratio for a Comic-Con box set. Like, Ant-Man, I love this figure, like, to death. I cannot wait to get the fully painted one, but this, like, shrinking one is so good. I love this guy. Like, I don't even know why. It's just so much fun of a figure. Like, I might even put him on my favorite shelf. Yellow Jacket, just as good. I mean, the one little wing bit on him keeps falling off, but I can re-glue that. No big deal. It was my fault it popped off. Antthony, they made the ant, which is crazy. And it looks so good. And Scott Lang is just a civilian. I mean, Scott Lang is like the only objectively boring figure. And then Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket have heads underneath of Hank Pym and Darren Cross. So you can just use extra parts and make Hank Pym and just have a Darren Cross. So that's what I've done. So these guys actually have black heads underneath. And that is fun. Anyway, like I said, I love this set so much. So good. And I feel like the best part of the set are the Micro Minimates they threw in. Because even though they're not anything special, it's just such a nice touch. Definitely recommend this. I'm going to put a link in the description if you want this set yourself. Highly recommend it. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Check me out on social media, and did you like the video? Well then rate, comment, subscribe, and like, and I'll see you later.